Hey, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of Shagnik Speaks. Here we discuss things we all felt, but somehow couldn't express. Myself Shagnik. The teenage phase is the most crucial of everybody's life. And someone said to me that teenage mind is like clay and we are the potters of our lives. We shape ourselves throughout these years. And if you have been listening to Shagnik Speaks for a long time, you must know one thing. I always suggest you to choose the right social group. Your friendships play one of the biggest roles in your life. So, as we all know that a good friend is hard to find and lucky to have. Firstly, I would like you to be very open-minded on this topic and to not get me otherwise. Are we all lucky in case of friendship? I'll give you some time to think. Are we? Maybe you are, but sometimes, unknowingly we put ourselves in a group that's not good for us. Listen closely. As we grow older and enter the teenage phase, our lives completely turn upside down. New people, new experiences and new struggles to deal with. I heard a lot of people saying this. At first, I didn't notice, but with time, I saw my life changing completely. I turned into someone I don't love anymore. I never realized how deep I was going until it was too late. Just tell me, do you want to live with this regret? We often see our parents warning us about something. We don't listen to them at first, but with time, they're eventually proven right. It is hard to identify manipulation when it's done under the cover of the tag friendship. Generally, when a friend of yours tries to get their work done by making you feel guilty or by using your values and fear against you to get you on the same page, that's manipulation. Some of the common signs that you are being manipulated by your friend or someone else are: you are left unheard. They probably never take in what you say. You're left alone with all your wants, your opinions, your emotions, which are never really taken care of. Have you seen any of your friends getting way too defensive when you say something other than what they want to hear? Mate, you've got to check again. One more thing you've got to look out for is if they are directly aggressive with you or passively. Manipulation often involves passive aggression with no confrontation. Okay, I'll give you an example for better understanding. Suppose you had a fight with one of your friends and you notice it. Whenever you get into a fight, your friend doesn't directly come up to you and say that this is wrong, this is not going right. They get completely off and you have to go to them for making things alright. I'm not saying that this is wrong, but you have got to look out for repetitions. When this case happens every time, I don't think that's fair. Very honestly, they are just playing with your loyalty because you will feel guilty too until you make things well with them. Watch out, buddy. Another thing that is not okay in a friendship is being on the power tip. Have you faced that someone is always in charge of plans? They make sure that they are familiar with everything. They always force you to change your plans to go to some other places because they are not familiar with the place you chose. Suppose you have an idea to try new things, but just because they aren't familiar with that, they make excuses or deny it to your face. They even might force you out of your comfort zone to make you feel reliant on them for guidance. Buddy, you should watch out for all these signs, but most importantly, you have got to trust your intuitions. You get a feeling that some aren't meant for you. Some friendships are just not your type, or you are getting manipulated. Let me tell you one thing, you deserve better. You must walk away from the friendship completely. One of the biggest crises we face as a teenager is the fear of missing out. FOMO. All these highlights we receive from others while spending time on social media creates a sense of lagging behind, and we all know that posting success is the most common thing in today's era. It is not necessary to say that these trends affect us tremendously. We spend about 4 to 5 hours on our phone screen and absorb all the things that are happening around the world without even considering the fact that most of the information is worthless. Several researchers have proven that too much screen time causes depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. We fear that what if we are missing out on life? If we don't try the things we see on the internet, we are not gonna live to the fullest. We see other people of our same age, partying till late at night, smoking, drinking, vaping, hooking up casually, and you know what else is out there, right? Be honest. Do you really think that practicing these will make you happy? I'm neither suggesting you nor telling you to do something. I just want you to answer yourself. Whatever trend is out there, will they really complete you? We see short-form content like reels and shorts as being in trend, so we have got to try it. I'm not saying there's harm in doing any of that, but doing things under pressure that you don't even want to do from your heart, is it really worth it? Pressuring your family for a better phone, better camera, lights, etc. to make videos. Why? Since everybody's doing it. Ask yourself, man, do you really want to do it? Or the trends are just manipulating your thoughts? The social media has the power to manipulate your thoughts to such an extent that you can't even imagine of. I see some of my friends trying the social media detox because they realize how bad it is for your mental health. Firstly, it consumes your time, and secondly, it affects your health, be it mentally or physically. These trends like cutting yourself to take revenge, playing life-risking games, those were in trends like Blue Whale and many others. Or be it starting a business without having a plan. Just because everybody has a startup now and it sounds cool, that doesn't mean you aren't doing anything in life if you don't have your very own startup. You know all of these, right? Running behind reach, content, likes, a completely virtual world. And guess what? You're running in an endless loop. And soon, you'll have nothing left in the real world to hang on. Check on yourself. Cut yourself off from manipulating friends and the current trends. This podcast was requested by one of the listeners of Shagnik Speaks. The request was how teenagers are getting manipulated by friends and current trends. And I hope you could relate to this. I tried my best to portray what most of the teenagers go through. If you have something that you would want me to cover on my next podcast, make sure to DM me on Instagram @IamShagnik, I_am_Shagnik, or on Facebook it's @ShagnikSarkar. So yeah, that was all about today's topic, and I promise to meet you again here with something common that we all felt. Not all things needs to be different, right? Myself Shagnik, signing off.